Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If scenario. Today's matchup features the Washington Senators versus the Seattle Pilots at Sick's Stadium. On the mound for the Senators today is Camilo Pascual, whose record is 5-4 with a 3.70 ERA. And pitching for the Pilots today is Mudcat Grant, whose record is 3-6 with a 5.55 ERA. Okay, so I had to take another day off yesterday from the 1969 What If scenario. I needed to wrap up the 1980 Detroit Lions alternate history season. We did an hour-long video, if you are unfamiliar, where we did the playoffs, the Super Bowl, the draft, and free agent signings. It took a long time for me to record that video and then edit it and get it uploaded, so I didn't have time to play a game yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's an interesting video, and I'm actually very anxious to get started with the 1981 season, but we'll have to wait until September of next year to do that. And by then I'll have purchased Football Mogul 2023, and hopefully that game will service a little bit better than the old version did. Okay. So yes, we won our game against the Senators the last time we played, 8-4. A solid game. We've got Mudcat on the mound. Get your Mudcats out, and let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Okay, we've got Camilo Pascual. As we take a look at Mudcat Grant, all of our bullpen is available. And here's our lineup. There we go. With Camilo Pascual on the mound. We got our lefties back in there against the right-hander. So Van Kelly's going to play. I've tried to jog the lineup a little bit. Mudcat does usually get Bo Gabella as his assigned catcher. But I think we're going to do away with that because it hasn't helped at all. And McNertney is, despite his low rating, is a much better catcher for us. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for the Washington Senators. Batting leadoff in right field is Sam Bowens. Batting second in center field is Del Unser. Batting third, playing first base, is Mike Epstein. Batting cleanup in left field is Frank Howard. Batting fifth and catching is Billy Bryan. Batting sixth at third base is Ken McMullen. Batting seventh at second base is Bernie Allen. Batting eighth at shortstop is Ed Brinkman. And the pitcher, Camilo Pascual, in the ninth spot. Okay, let's take a look at Mudcat. He has not been too good for us this year, but he does eat up some innings. And, you know, maybe he can get us 10 wins. I guess that's all we can ask for as we start to slide down the standings. He is 3-6 with a 5.55 ERA, 23 strikeouts in 47 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .300 against him. He's given up 14 home runs in those 47 innings pitched. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. It is rated an 82. That is his best pitch. Overall, a 78. The 33-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of the year. Looking at his log, he has not faced the Senators this year. And also, I guess we should note that Mudcat did get the win, going 7 innings, the most he's thrown this year, giving up 4 runs and 10 hits, including 2 home runs against Oakland, where he did get the victory. So he's got 1 in a row. Okay, let's take a look at the defense for the Pilots. We've got, okay, we did mix things up. So we gave Rollins the day off today. Van Kelly, we shifted to third base. Sutherland's at second. So we do not have as strong of a defense at second base as we normally might. And we've got Sam Bowens leading off against Mudcat. Here we go. Full count to Bowens, and Grant strikes him out. That's a good way to start the ball game, considering Grant hasn't really shown himself to be too much of a strikeout pitcher. Next man up is Unser, popping it up on the infield. Looks like Deron Johnson is going to make the catch. 2 quick outs for Mudcat. And now we've got Mike Epstein sitting on 10 home runs. Jammed inside by Grant with that fastball. That didn't look like a fastball. Nonetheless, the result is an out. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at our lineup for today. Batting leadoff once again is Tommie Agee in center field. Batting second in left field is Mike Hegan. Batting third and catching is Jerry McNertney. Batting cleanup in right field is Tommie Harper. Batting fifth at first base is Deron Johnson. Batting sixth at third base is Van Kelly. Batting seventh, playing second base is Gary Sutherland. Batting eighth at shortstop is Don Kessinger. And batting ninth is the Mudcat. Okay, Camilo Pascual is the pitcher for the Washington Senators. Did a medium dive on this guy, and then I have a little bit of a story to tell. He is a 7-time All-Star, 2-time 20-game winner, as you can see right here for the Twins. 3 times he led the league in complete games, in shutouts, and in strikeouts in multiple seasons. His nickname is Potato Pequeño, the little potato, which is that's just rude. By 1969, in real life, he was kind of on his way out of baseball. He played for Washington and the Cincinnati Reds, going 2-5 with a 7.04 ERA in 62 innings pitched. He did pitch a year, 1970, for the Dodgers. In 1971, he pitched for Cleveland, and then he was out of baseball. One of the things that I remember about, whenever I see his name, I always remember the same thing from my childhood. I can remember that by the time I became a baseball fan, I didn't really know who the Senators were. They weren't a team anymore. They'd moved to Texas by the time I was really aware of baseball. And I can remember getting his baseball cards, Camilo Pascual's baseball cards, as a kid, having it say the Senators on there and looking at his record and going, wow, this guy was terrible. So many losses. His winning percentage, especially in the early years, were, well below 500 until he kind of got things turned around in 1959. But I remember as a kid admiring that because his stats were pretty decent. And then he went from Washington, traded to Minnesota, an expansion team, and then Minnesota became. Then he was traded to Washington, back to Washington. And I remember thinking, like, that's a guy who really must love to play for the Senators because they were such a terrible team during that era. So I don't know, just a little anecdote from my childhood. I can remember looking at Pascual's baseball cards and going, this guy was a much better pitcher than his record showed. And in fact, in real life, he ended up winning 174 ball games in his career and finished with a winning record. So good for him. Okay, there's the defense for the Senators. Their left fielder and right fielder not so great. Infield very strong, and they do have a new catcher behind the plate today. That is Bryan. What is his arm? Let's find out. 80s, rated, so it's league average behind the plate. Okay, Tommie Agee leading off, had his 7th home run in yesterday's ball game. Skies it to left field. He's making some really good contact, and I like him in the leadoff spot as he flies out for out number 1. Next man up is Mike Hegan, batting .234 overall with 5 home runs of his own, popping it up on the infield. I'm not sure who made the catch there. I'm going to say it was the catcher, Bryan. 2 down. Here's our catcher, McNertney. In a weird way, he's kind of our best hitter despite having only a 67 overall rating. He's going to loop this one into right center field. He's going to find a hole. It will be caught. by the right fielder, Bowens. So we're going to the top of the second inning with Frank Howard leading off. And Grant walks the leadoff man. Since Grant gives up so many home runs, I mean, I am kind of concerned with those first 4 batters. I don't mind him walking Howard. He has no speed. Maybe we can get double play here with the catcher, Billy Bryan, up. Bryan strikes out. Second K for Mudcat. 1 out. Let's see here. Ken McMullen. We're going to pitch regularly to him. He's batting 202 versus righties. And Mudcat walks him. So it's the walk, strikeout, walk. Now it's a left-hander up. So this probably is not going to go well. Double play still in order. We're going to play regular depth, though. And he's walked, the bases loaded. Going to pull the infield in with Ed Brinkman up. Brinkman, better hitter than you might think, batting 266 overall, only 227 versus righties. A rocket right at Kelly at third, and we get the double play. There we go. It's nice having Kelly back at his natural position of third base, although he is more highly rated as a second baseman. So good job there by the defense as Grant walks the bases loaded. And we go to the bottom of the second with Tommie Harper leading off. I tend to think as Harper dumps it into center, now that Grant has walked 3 batters, that the Senators aren't going to get very many hits today. I'm sure they'll get a home run at some point. Here's Deron Johnson striking out. First K for Pascual. As I mentioned, he did lead the American League 3 times in strikeouts, all 3 times over 200. And he strikes out Kelly. We're moving on to the third. Here is the pitcher, Camilo Pascual. Potato pequeño. Ground ball to short. I have so many ridiculous voices. I don't think, I don't know. I guess I do accents okay. And I do speak Spanish and a little bit of Portuguese. So I guess I deserve a little bit of credit. Okay, 2 down. Here is Del Unser. You can see here that he was a Topps Rookie of the Year. I guess that would have been in 68. What did he do in 68? There he is. Well, he batted 230 with 21 extra base hits in 635 at-bats. So they just needed a body out there in center field. His OPS was under 600. Was he a good fielder? Oh, very good. Yeah, his range was 9.3. His defensive WAR was 1.2. So both were in the positive. Okay, 2 down. Here's Del Unser. 2-2 count. And a comebacker right at Grant. He gloves it, tosses him out. Hey, man, we've got no hits so far through 2.5 innings. Gary Sutherland leading off. How come I never jinx it for our team when I say things like that, where we suddenly get a hit? Sutherland flies out to right. 1 down. Here is Don Kessinger. Kessinger, he is never going to see another hit. He's batting 165. And Grant does not have a hit this year either. And he strikes out. Okay, we're going on to the 4th inning. I hope you guys got a chance to watch the 1984 Topps Rack Pack that I opened yesterday. That video is up. It's got several views already. Let me know what you think. We were looking for the Darryl Strawberry and the Don Mattingly rookie card. The Mattingly, if we had found it, it would have been around, in a PSA 10, would have been around $1,100. So that's the card we were most searching for as Grant walks his 4th batter. That's like I said, he's not going to give up hits. He's just going to give up walks. So you got to find a way to get that whip of 1 somehow. Here's Frank Howard, a wild pitch, moving Epstein to second. So that's how they're going to score their first run. Yep. That's going to be a gapper. 1-0 and a double for Howard. His second of the year. In fact, he got his first of the year against us. I believe it was in game number 1 of the series. Bryan, Billy Bryan, dumping it into right center. Caught for out number 1. Next man up is Ken McMullen. Fly ball to the left. Hegan making the catch. 2 down for Bernie Allen. I guess we're going to pitch to him. And he pops it up. So that's just ridiculous. We give up a run on 1 hit and 4 walks now. And the wild pitch, because the wild pitch would never happen unless the run was going to score. So we know how that works. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning with Tommie Agee leading off. Agee walks, of course. So that's the first batter for us to reach base. Agee's got good speed. What's the percentage? 74%. I think we got to let Hegan take a swing here. No. 4 Ks. We're going to lay down a bunt with Jerry McNertney. Good bunter. Try to get Agee over and give our cleanup man a chance to drive him in. There we go. Comebacker right to Pascual. And Agee moves over to second. Tying run now in scoring position for Tommie Harper. Tommie Harper leading the team with runs scored. They walk him. That is, yeah, an unintentional, intentional walk. So first and second, great speed. Man, I want a double steal right now. Do I dare? I think we got to let Deron Johnson take a cut. I mean, he has been better of lately, right? Yeah, he's batting .290 with 3 home runs and 10 RBI in his last 20 games. I think we got to take a chance here, let him swing. First pitch, swing in, and a line drive at the first baseman, Epstein, for out number 3. We go to the 5th inning, only 1 run and 1 hit between the two teams. Here in the top of the 5th is Ed Brinkman. Will lead it off. Another frickin' walk. Corners in. Good bunt from Pascual. Brinkman moves over. They will execute it, I'm sure. Oh, another walk. There's 6 walks. We've got to take him out. Obviously, he doesn't have it. Now, the only thing that I fear, because we know how this game works, right? Now, we're taking out Mudcat. He's walked 6. 7 total base runners have reached base. We're going to bring in a left-hander, Ron Locke, who's great versus lefties. But now the hits will come, right? Because we have a new pitcher in there. And that's what I'm afraid of here. That Ron Locke, who's got some great numbers, he's walked a lot of guys too, though. And he doesn't give up a lot of hits, so that's, makes a lot of sense. All right. Del Unser, 188 hitter versus lefties. 1-2 count. Striking him out. There we go. Now let's go after Epstein, who hits lefties well, 261, but does not have an extra base hit versus left-handers. 0-2 count. Yeah, there we go. That was good. Good job. So another shitty performance from the Mudcat. That's. I mean, we got to run him out there every 5 days. We got nobody else right now. We could do Dick Lines or Dick Bates or whatever his name is. There is a guy named Dick Lines, but we have Dick Bates. All right. Bottom of the 5th. All right, Van Kelly struck out first time up. Somebody has to get a hit. I wonder if Camilo Pascual had ever threw a no-hitter. I didn't look at his bio. I just looked at his stats, and now I'm kind of curious. Sutherland grounds out, and Kessinger makes contact. That feels like a win right there. We are going to the 6th inning. I guess we let Locke go one more. He kind of did his gerb. How does he do versus righties? Splits. Oh, Nikes. He's good. Now, it's versus righties that he struggles with the walk. All right. Why not? He's got to get... If he can get past Howard, he'll be all right. Here we go. Full count. And he walks him. He's faced 3 batters. He's walked 1, struck out 2. Here's Billy Bryant. Let's get a double play here. Again, the catcher, crappy first baseman. Slow first baseman. There's the strikeout, man. It is all or nothing with Ron Locke right now. Okay, now McMullen, he does not fool around. He's got a 600 slugging percentage. Let's guard the lines against an extra base hit. I don't think Howard would score from first, but stranger things have happened. Line drive to left, base hit. A double, and Howard goes to third. What horse shit. I'm sorry. I was looking. Oh, it's his 3rd double. He's got 3 doubles on the season, and they're all in this series. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Come on. There we go. 8th double from McMullen. All right. Now what are we going to do here? I guess we're going to pull first base in. If it's a ground ball to first, we can hold Howard, who's not going to be going. I don't think. I don't know anymore. Real baseball doesn't really apply. He walks it. Oh, no. Ground ball to second. Run scores. 2-0. Intentional walk of Brinkman. That's 8 walks now we've issued. Here's Camilo, Pascual. Fly ball to right. Well, I don't know. 2-0. We're getting no hit. Who hits righties well on our bench? Wayne Comer. Oh, Don Bosch. Okay. Let's bring in Don Bosch. 261 hitter. 414 on base percentage versus righties. Nubbing it. Nubber. Popping it up into foul ground on the third base side. Says the shortstop came over to get that one. So play by Brinkman. Back to the top of the lineup with Agee. Fly ball to left. Folks, I do feel like there could be a no-hitter here. Wow. Fly ball to right. It's going to be deep, but catchable. We go into the 7th. We're going to bring in a new pitcher. 7th inning. It's Jack Acker. Jack Acker, worst pitcher on the team. Taking a look. Taking a little look-see. We got a righty and 2 lefties here, but we'll let him face all of them. Here's Bowens. Popping it up. A lot of pop-ups. You just may see something today that you've never seen on my channel. That is a no-hitter. Perfect game is not going to happen, though, right? Because he did give up a walk. Pascual did. And there's a long ball from Epstein. His 11th on the year. 419 feet. Going Oppo Taco. 3-0 Senators. And then Frank Howard gets hit. With a 86-mile-an-hour sinker, man. You got to jam that guy in the ear hole. 1-2 count to Bryan. And he strikes it. 3-0. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. We have 3, 4, and 5 due up. Oh, Pascual does have 2 walks so far. Here we go. McNertney, 2-2 count. Striking out, 5 Ks for Pascual. I think we're all kind of hoping for a no-hitter. That would be historic at the very least. Ground ball to second from Harper. 2 down. Next man up is Deron Johnson. We have to get a hit. Ground ball to second. We're going into the 8th inning with a no-hitter. Only Gene Broadbender has gotten further so far in our history of the Tigers and the Pilots. Let's give Acker another opportunity. Infield single. So all bets are off now. Ground ball to second. Can we get 2? Nope. Here's Eddie Brinkman. 0-2 count to Brinkman. Strike it out. Pascual will bat. I mean, with this game, you just don't know. 2-1 count to Pascual. He rips it into left field, but Hegan throws the glove out, makes the catch. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is Kelly, Sutherland, and Kessinger against Pascual. Here we go. Kelly. Good win. Unfortunately, right at the left fielder. 1 out. Next man up is Gary Sutherland in a huge slump. And there's the first hit. Gary Sutherland breaks up the no-hitter in the 8th inning. Now let's get something going here. Runner on first. Here's Kessinger. He's going to walk him. Oh, we got him rattled. Okay, let's bring in a pinch hitter. Danny Walton. He's got 2 pinch hit home runs this year. Danny Walton, runners at first and second. 1 down. Here we go. 2-1. Oh, popping it up. All right, 2 down. And here's our home run hitter, Tommie Agee. He's got 4 in his last 5 games. 6 including today. Here we go. 0-1 count to Agee. Oh man, he wanted it. Not good enough though, popping it up. And this looks like it might be a one-hitter. We will bring in Dick Bates. You know what? Actually, we're going to bring in Steve Barber because he is a left-hander. We got 2 lefties coming up, and we need to get him some work. So Barber, we banished him to the bullpen. Full count. Ground ball into the hole is short. Base hit. We'll call it an infield single. It says through the left side. Runner on first. 5 hits for the Senators. And then a walk. All right, let's get it over with. Line drive to third. Anybody getting double off? Yes, we double off Bowens. 2 outs. And Frank Howard. Ground ball into the hole at short. Kessinger makes the play. Okay, guys, we're going to the bottom of the 9th inning here. We've got 2, 3, and 4 due up. Pascual's at 96 pitches, throwing a 1-hitter. He's walked 3. He's going to walk 4. We got to get some people on base. 1 swing of the bat. Ground ball into the hole. That's an easy double play. And we're down to Tommie Harper. That's the ball game. A 1-hitter for Camilo. Pascual Potato pequeño. Throwing potatoes up there. Well, we've got to go 12 and 15, right? We've already said that because we went 15 and 12. It was already preordained. There's nothing we could do to change the outcome. Oh, there's the National League. San Diego still sitting at 11 wins. They've lost 10 in a row. ERA's over 5. There we are. Still only 3 games back. Like, the game will not let us get too far away from first. I think that's just the way it's going to go. Headline news, Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Taking a look ahead here. Oh, there it is, folks. Pascual's struck out 5. Throw a 1-hitter. Let's look at transactions. Well, Ken Holtzman of the Cubbies gets a 3-year extension. That's it. And I got to go in there and change it. Yep, because the game doesn't recognize major league contracts for some reason in this game. So that's something I have to go in and edit. And I will do that later. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. That was kind of a fun game. I do have a baseball card video coming up here momentarily. You can see I bought a Hager box. 22 Topps update. Something I have not opened. It looks like there could be an autograph or a relic card inside. That'll be coming up later on this afternoon. Player of the game. I mean, nobody's player of the game. I should have did the double steal. I guess inside I thought that we would somehow find a way to string something together. That was my bad. No player of the game today for us. Camilo Pascual, though, 6 and 4 with the 1-hitter. Mudcat walked 6. We walked 9 total batters. Home run by Epstein. And yeah, this game was technically over really in the first inning. But okay, that's going to do it. We will come back tomorrow with the final game of the month. After tomorrow's game, we'll have the end of the month summary and league leaders video, and then we'll move on. Oh, and in that video, we're going to preview the draft. So the draft preview tomorrow. Stay tuned for that as well. Okay. Until then, everyone, have a great day.